Hello friends and welcome to Struts 2 tutorials. In this tutorial I'll be explaining you to simply print hello world, and this message will be printed on a button click event on your screen. So the requirements are, as I said before, you need to create three basic files. The first file is your JSP, that is Java server page file, that will contain your HTML code basically, plus you can embed your Java code also. And in here our Java code is totally based on struts, struts coding. So that will be like you need to include the tag libraries of this version 2 of struts. And moreover, for the second case, you need you have a JSP which is used for designing portion. Next, say for example you are keeping the button over here in the first page JSP, and the next thing you need is that on button click what action should occur, that is what should happen on button click. So that is nothing but your action. So that are again stored in action files, and action files are nothing but the files with .java extension. It is our normal Java files which states that what should happen when the button is clicked. And the last is the XML files. XML files are nothing but the configuration files, and in here for struts you are having two configuration files. First is web.xml, which configures the actual, you can say, the web application. It means that which file is to be executed first, then what should be the session timeout of, you can say, if the session is not established successfully in say this many milliseconds, then what should happen next. So the actual web application can be configured by using web.xml, by giving the initial configurations, that is in web.xml. And second XML file is struts.xml, which configures your struts. That is, say for example on button click we are having 2-3 actions, right? So which action file should be executed on which button click placed in Java server pages, that is specified in struts.xml file. So I can say that it configures the actual flow of JSP and action classes so that the user knows that what is going to happen. Means your XML knows that which JSP is to be linked with which .java extension files. So if you have a button of login, and you have a button of reset, and if you have a button of cancel, so for these three buttons what should happen on which click is specified in the different action files. And to link these two we are using, to link JSP and we are to link this action files, we are using struts.xml for that only. So these are the basic three files which we are going to create in our program. So now let us start with our program. The program is to be run on NetBeans. So this is my NetBeans ID version 8.0.1. You can use any version above than 7 as I mentioned in the previous tutorial. We are creating new project, and then it is a web application, of course. So click on web application, then give next, and then you can give the web application name. So our project is for displaying hello world to user. So let us write the project name is hello world. You can give any name to your project, that depends on you. Select the server. Obviously we are having two servers. First is Glassfish and second is Tomcat, and as I said before, Tomcat is much faster as compared to Glassfish. I'm gonna select Apache Tomcat, and then you can click on next, which displays you the list of frameworks. Now as we have been included struts 2 over here in our tag libraries, we can select struts 2 and then we can click on finish. This will create our first web application with simple, you can say, displaying hello world to the user. And I'm sure that this is obviously not very flexible to you right now, because you cannot understand what is going on here, right? So there are lots of, you can say, tags and everything. but let's just not worry for it right now. Let me run it for you first of all. I am simply dry running the project. We have not yet modified the project. We are simply running, executing what is there in this file, and you can see over here the libraries which are, the Tomcat has started from the inbuilt configurations, and it also shows that Tomcat is start up on this much milliseconds. It will show at the last, shows the time. And then, so Tomcat is getting started right now. On successful startup, it will load the browser. The default browser for me, I think it is Firefox. And you can also change the default browser from the tools which are mentioned over here. You can add the browsers over there itself. So yes, the first Hello World application has been running, and you can see the project name over here. This is the project name, the web application name, and this is the port number on which the web application is being executed. 2 languages are supported over here. First is English, it will print. Yes. Okay, so we are having 2 languages over here, Espanol and English. Yes. So now let us get back to our application, and let us see that what else we can do. So here you are having head, title. These are basic HTML tags which you already know. I assume that you know basic HTML. And yes, you can completely browse your project from here, from the plus, and you can see here web pages, meta-inf, web-inf, example is the first folder they have created, source packages, default package, example. Libraries are Struts libraries, which is not a part of interest right now. Just we'll take a look at the next tutorials, but this is what we are having right now. So this is what they have given, but let me tell you that this is they have statically declared. Now let us try to delete these folders so that we can create our own folders, so that you can understand how to code a Struts application. I'll be simply deleting only those files which are not related to my project. So example.xml, I don't know what is it, so let us just delete it. Do you know example this package? No, let us just delete it, right? We don't want it right now. Yes, obviously safely delete and refactor. That will delete the package with all the files therein. And what we need is, we need obviously web.xml, we obviously need struts.xml, and these are the configuration files. They have the list over here is repeated over here. So if you click any one file from here, you can see the code. The same code is over here also. That is not these are same files only, so you don't have to worry about that right now. But so let us just close this folder so that it will be easy for you to see what I am doing. So in the first case, you need to create a new folder in web pages directory. So I am creating a new folder where I will be placing my JSPs. So let us name the folder as JSP. You can name the folder by you can name it in any name. So it's just for ease of access that I am naming it as JSP. So all my JSPs will be created in JSP folder, and let us create the first JSP. So I am right clicking the folder and creating a new JSP, and let us name it as say first, right? First, the extension is automatically JSP. You can see over here, then click on finish. So here you have got the first JSP, right, which simply prints hello world. But I want to place username over here in like hello world, or say hello so and so user. On event of button click, it means I need a form, right? And say for example, this on this page will be creating the actual form, and on the button click of this form, the next page should be displayed, which is again a JSP, and let us name that as result. So that is the next page, result.jsp, right? So we're having 2 JSPs over here, and as I said before, you need to include the tag libraries of Struts. So this was the first line of project, and I'm adding a tag library, you can see the list over here, tag lib, and say the URI of that tag lib is, it shows you the list of URIs here, but we are currently using the struts tags. So just click on struts tags and prefix. How will you try to indicate them? So if I'm trying to indicate with S, so from now onwards, if I try to use anything with S colon, so you can see these are the tags of struts. Bean, checkbox, else if these are the tags of struts. So prefix is nothing but a notation of which tag will be included in struts libraries, and you are denoting with which prefix. So if I am denoting it with ABC, from here onwards, if I write ABC, it will give me the same list of tags. So you can name it anything. It's on you how to name it, right? So let us again remove ABC, and as it is struts, I am taking prefix S. Not big deal. So to create a button, we need a form first of all. So let us create a form. So S colon form is the form, right? And obviously form is always inside body, so you don't need to worry about body portion. Even you can remove the header portion if you want. It is of no use. HTML body, our form, simple HTML tags. And yes, to take label, you have a label tag over here, right? So you can use label tag with value, say write your name here, right? And you can just over this tag, and for that you need a text field. So they also provide a text field over here whose name is say user, right? And value, we're not putting any value on the text field. And at last you need a button, and that must be a submit button, and submit button must have the value of say click. So if user clicks on this button, the user, this variable name must go to the backend application, and it will print the name written inside your text field. So this is the actual framework. Till yet we have not specified the action attribute over here because we have not given the action, but I can always specify method. Method is you can take get, post, anything, not an issue. Next, in result.jsp, again I can remove the header tags. In body, let it be in h1 tags, no worries. But if I want to print username over here, I'll be using struts tags again. So let us include the tag library of struts again with prefix say s and with URI say struts.tld. And now if I want to include the name of user, I can always do that by property tag. Property, the value of property is user, right? Because there the name of text field was user, so the value of property is again user. Make sure it resembles the same name, okay? And on action, say the action name is click, or you can say, yes, let us name it as click, so that is not a big deal. Now let us move to source package and creating actions part. So I'm gonna create a new package over here which say JSP action. So this package consists of all the files and folders which are there for this JSP action. So everything written in this JSP action package, any Java file written over here will actually be the action of what you are what you want to do, right? So let the name of this be say fetch, anything, say fetch. We are fetching the username. You can keep any name over here, it's not a big deal. And yes, you're getting JSP action over here. The first thing you must do is you need to subclass it with action support. To enable action support here, you need to subclass it with action support class, right? So action support is there. Next, the name of the field there was in string. Obviously the text field will be retrieving the text only, that is string data type only. and the name there was user. So let us name it again here as user. You need to provide getter setters over here. So again, those methods will be public. So public void set user, and you can pass string user over here, which will set the username. This dot user equals to user. I'm assuming that all of you are Java coders, and if you are not Java coders, then please mail me. I'll explain you what is this keyword and how you can use it in your program. It's not a big deal. I can explain you later on. Get user, and get user will return user. And lastly, we need a string, say method execute, right, that returns success. TURNS returns nothing but success, right? So execute is the method which is going to return the success, right? And on returning success, it will print the message for user name. Okay, this is what actually I am going to do. So this is our JSP, this is our Java page, and now the last thing left is nothing but action, right? So last thing left is combining this action in the JSP. So let us delete the first example.xml which was created previously, but now as you don't need it, we are going to delete it. And over here you can declare action, you can declare the class name of action. Okay, say the package name which we are focusing right now is JSP, right? So for JSP package, the class is JSP action dot fetch is the class name, right? The method which we want to execute is execute method, and name of action is click, right? So on click you will be getting these things, right? And you'll be getting result, RSULT, result. Okay, and result of name success, SUCCESS. On success, what should be done? Which page should be executed? Result dot JSP should be executed, right? This is what the main linkage is. And again, in web.xml, what you need to do is you need to change the welcome file name, because from now onwards the welcome file name will be first.jsp. As I told you before, this XML is used for configuring the URL pattern and everything, so it is not a big deal right now. Just you can change the welcome file list name, and then we'll see what this actually does. So this is how you link your actions and JSPs. Give the package name over here. You can also keep it default. If you try to keep it default, give the actual yes, so the package name over here is, you can also keep it default, right? For default package, they will search for the class name as jsp.action, right? Obviously they will search for it. You can look over here, they have already given jsp.action, and then they will already find this. So for this action, for click action is written in first.jsp. For this action, what should happen? The method execute should be executed from this class, and if it returns success, then this page should be executed. That is what the actual thing which we are going to run it off. So let us first run the program. We are already having result.jsp with the value user over here, so we'll be getting the value. To run, right click it and simply say run, and it will be by default run in Firefox. We're getting the exception over here. The exception is about null pointer exception. So I'm referring to something which is null, right? So let us see what is null over here. I think I'm not given the name over here, right? Name is equals to, or if you don't want it, you can write directly write your name here. That will also work, right? Action, so that will also work. Again, let us say run. Okay, so there's another error of let us see what it says. Method is post